And let's bring in Tarik Sheppard, Deputy Commissioner of Public Information with the New York Police Department. Tarik, I'm so excited to have you. Thank you for coming on. The fallout from these protests have hit colleges hard from across the country. Let's talk about Columbia University. What resources are you using to keep people safe?
So obviously we're in contact with the staff and the executives over at Columbia University. We're also using our strategic response group, which is our unit that we usually use to deal with protests and situations that could result in disorder. So that is who's keeping the area around Columbia safe while these protests are going on.
Tarik, have your officers seen violent protesters on campus? How many of these incidents have turned violent?
Not many, and what we've mostly seen is things that rise to the level of harassment, some menacing with things like, hey, sticks or pole or something like that, but no real assaults. And for the most part, it's been pretty peaceful. However, it's private property, and we still have to work with the university in terms of they are negotiating with their students and the protests, and the NYPD will stand by and allow that process to take place.
You mentioned such a good point. This is private property. Columbia University can say what they want on campus and what they don't want. However, would this be different at a state school?
I think it can be legally, but just as a operational decision, we would like to continue to work with the school and make sure that's what they want. The NYPD does not want to stop a protest that the school feels is not in violation of any of their rules, whether that's on private or public property.
Thank you for that clarification. Columbia University says their talks with protesters are constructive, that they're progressing to take down the encampment that showed up 10 days ago. What's your move if they resist to dismantle?
Look, we will continue to work with Columbia. When they call, if they need us, we'll be there. Right now, our focus continues to be on keeping the peace and keeping people safe around the university. Obviously, as you've seen, tensions can get pretty high, and there's a lot of people who feel passionately about the issues that are going on overseas. And what we want to make sure is that they are able to voice their opinions, express their First Amendment rights without crimes being committed in the streets of New York.
And you know this as well as I do, sir. The clash with police has put a spotlight on how delicate things need to be when you handle these escalating protests. What's your tactic when it comes to situations like this? Have you seen something like this on New York campuses?
Well, not so much in schools. However, I think we've dealt with over 2,000 protests so far since October 7th in New York City. So protests is not an unfamiliar territory for us. Our tactic is usually to try and bring in the lightest touch possible. The first thing we want to do is respect people's rights to protest, respect First Amendment rights. However, there are rules, and we must make that known in New York City, and our mayor has made that known, that you have to follow the rules. If you follow the rules, you will not have a problem with the police in this city. But when you break the rules and you break the law, we have to step in.
Are you having a hard time removing students? Are they putting up a fight when they're being told repeatedly to clean out these encampments?
I think that's been very minimal. Most are just peacefully protesting. When we've approached them, they have followed our instructions. However, we have to always be concerned with professionals getting embedded with these students and trying to ignite a situation and a confrontation between the police and those students. And so it's as much as we can, we're trying to make sure we have good intelligence and incorporate that into our operational plan if we need to step into one of these universities.
I was at Columbia University last week, and a lot of the students said agitators, outside agitators, were making this a lot worse. Would you agree with that? Are you seeing a lot of that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. That's always a challenge when in any protest. Most people who come out, they want to be peaceful. They want their voices to be heard. But there are many professionals who come in and try and hijack the cause and try and just ignite a situation between the police and whatever community we're dealing with. And that is definitely the case here. We are seeing some of that. And it's something for us to make sure that we include when we are responding, this is why you see our officers have to respond with their proper equipment, helmets, and things like that, because we can't assume that just because it's peaceful now, if we do have to move in, it'll stay that way.
I know it's a very busy time for the NYPD. We really appreciate your time, sir, for coming on the show. Tarik Sheppard, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.